My name's Davina Shinsky, and I'd like to welcome you to Live Without Limits, Reach Personal Success podcast. Today, we'll be diving into an intriguing topic. Personality types, do they have an influence on your health? Many of us have wondered whether personality traits can impact our overall well being. Well, the answer is a resounding yes. The way we perceive and interact with the world, along with our individual strengths and weaknesses, can have a profound effect on your health. For instance, individuals who are more extroverted tend to thrive on social settings, which can boost their emotional well being and lead to a greater support network. On the other hand, introverts may find solace in solitude, allowing them to recharge and maintain a healthy mental state. Moreover, stress plays a significant role in our health, and how we handle it varies from one personality type to another. While some individuals may effectively manage stress through mindfulness, techniques, or exercise, others may require more structure and routine to find balance. Our personality determines a series of behavior patterns, habits, and ways of relating to others that can protect us or predispose us to certain physical and mental illnesses. Now, I'm going to tell you there's different models that you can use to determine your personality. You've got the Myers-Briggs, you've got the DISC, that's very familiar to a lot of people, and you've also got the colors personality type. And using those basically give you all the same types of information, but they just say it a little bit differently. Most of us do not imagine that the way you are has an influence on your physical health, but scientific evidence indicates that there is a relationship between diseases of the body and psychological factors such as personality. Identifying this relationship in time can help you take care and improve the health of your mind and body. In this presentation, we will review the concept of personality, the personality types from A to D, how each influences people's health, and what you do in, to change these aspects that may be putting you at risk of getting sick. Let us begin. The first thing is, what is personality? Since ancient times, personality has been a subject of great interest and frequently related health. Now, William Marsden in his book talked about the disc, and it was the predecessor to the personality on the disc that used the terminology the D, I, S, and C. Now, each researcher has contributed from their point of view of what we define today as personality. If you take Theodore Millon, who lived from 1928 to 2014 as a reference, an important personality researcher, the concept of personality is a complex pattern of deeply ingrained psychological characteristics, which are, for the most part, unconscious and difficult to change, which express themselves automatically in almost all areas of the individual's functioning. The First, that personality is unconscious tells us that in principle, we do not control our way of being and interacting with the environment. This surrounds us at will, but rather, as the author says, it's something automatic. Now, all of us have all these personality types within us, but some just happen to be stronger than others, and they're our strengths, while others are our weaknesses. So, personality types from A to D. One of the ways to classify the personality type is by letters. In this case, we will use the classification from A to D to describe four major personality types and how they can affect your physical well-being and mental health. Now, when you think about it, there's four pure, but there's 16 different personality types whenever you intermingle all of these personalities together. Some are your strengths and some are your weaknesses. Type A personality is bossy. In the late 1950s, Meyer Friedman and Raymond Rossenman, two cardiologists, observed that people with a certain behavior pattern had a higher cardiovascular risk and called this type A personality. People with type A personality patterns are competitive, irritable, ambitious, impatient, and hostile. They become more involved with work and may become workaholics. And you will find a list of behaviors used by psychologists and psychiatrists to diagnose a type A personality. They work hard to meet deadlines. They always feel that time is running out. They talk fast and explosively, having jerky body movements, testing or rather tensing facial muscles and gesturing with the hands if under pressure, being hostile or cynical, have an irritable mood, tend to speed up physical activities, tend to speed up mental activities, intense desire to achieve goals and recognition, be highly competitive. According to the structured interview of the DCPR, if you meet 5 of the 9 items, you have a type A personality. Your personality does not have to be a problem. You just have to achieve balance and practice self-care. So learn to say no. Working for your well-being and not to please your bosses. Before taking on more responsibilities at work, ask yourself if you continually sacrifice your well-being for the company. Remember, you don't have to control everything. Try to include satisfying activities such as physical exercise, meditation, leisure time, and a balanced diet in your routines. Do not hesitate to seek professional advice if you feel that your personality may be causing you health problems or in your family or personal life. The type B personality is the laid back personality. And the, the type B personality is the exact opposite of the type A personality. They are laid back, charismatic, entertaining, kind, and well being to others, or rather, well liked by others. which makes it easy for them to make new friends wherever they go. They are not usually competitive and take things as they come, become less involved in work, remain calm, even in highly stressful situations. This is not to say that the type B personality doesn't care. Ideally, you find a balance between their social life and their work duties so that their personality traits are not an obstacle to their professional development. The fact that they react well to errors and tolerate pressure well makes them less likely to develop hypertension or coronary disease. Their low stress levels allow them to have a strong immune system and therefore get less sick overall. If you belong to the type B personality, it is important that you work on your ability to commit to work, meet deadlines, and achieve a balance between your social and work life. Regarding your health, you have the non disease prone personality. Just try to perform your medical checkups annually and follow your doctor's recommendations. The type C personality, which is the sensitive, prudent, and reserved. The most, or rather, the first description of this type C personality is attributed to Greer and Morris in 1975. These researchers carried out a study in women with breast cancer and found that there was a common pattern in which difficulty expressing emotions prevailed. For what type C is known as cancer prone personality. The type C person tend to be introverted, analytical, sensitive, prudent, perfectionist, systematic, and reserved. Their qualities allow them to detect details that go unnoticed by most people. They are precise with great attention to detail. As a defect, they tend to reject criticism, but be highly critical of others. This type of personality tends to choose careers such as accounting, software engineering, or computer science. It's a common for them to keep their sorrows to themselves, have difficulty adapting to change, be socially isolated, avoid conflict at all costs. Among the diseases associated with this type of personality are depression, dysthymia, and cancer, especially myelomas or skin cancer. If you belong to this group, you can benefit from practicing mindfulness as a way to become aware of your emotions and how they are affecting your body. Cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT and group therapy are good options. So remember that everything that you keep quiet about does not die, but can make you sick. Try to start giving your point of view in daily conversations with your family. State your disagreements assertively. You will feel better about yourself and you will see that there is nothing to fear. Disagreeing and thinking differently is okay. Type D personality in difficulties. That this type of personality experiences a continuous feeling of sadness, helplessness, anxiety, and adversity that leads them to socially isolate themselves for fear of something bad might happen to them, lack of confidence, or difficult when being with strangers. Negative feelings are known as negative effectivity, and social isolation is called social inhibition, and are the two big traits of the type D personality. If the above sounds like you are probably type D. Johann Denolet, who was born in 1957 and passed away in 2019, developed the DS-14, a test to diagnose type D personality, consisting of 14 questions, 7 for each trait: negative, effectivity, and social inhibition. Each item is scored from 1 or 0 to 4. If you get a score of 10 or more, your personality is type D. The traits that characterize type D people make them vulnerable to developing chronic stress and therefore developing diseases such as depression, high blood pressure, coronary heart disease. If you have a type D personality, it is important that you consult with your doctor about how to overcome the negative vision of the world and of yourself. This would this way, you can begin to have a healthy and satisfying interpersonal relationship with one way to prevent the disease. You are stronger and more capable than you think. Personality traits are uh, is unconscious and explains our automatic pattern of behavior. Knowing your own personality type is the first step to use your personality traits in your favor and not against it. Diversity is a strength so that whatever group you belong to, you have a lot to contribute. The key is to achieve balance between the different facets of your life and not reject your own well being. If you feel that your personality is affecting your health, do not hesitate to consult a mental health specialist and start prevention today. And here's the last thing that I'm going to say about it. We all have these behavior patterns within us. Some are our strengths, some are our weaknesses. Families work together and cohesively because each behavior pattern is within the family. And if one person or another decides they're going to not allow someone else to abuse them and change their behavior, then there's a breakdown in the family dynamics. Therefore, the more you understand about yourself and your family, the better off you are. And also, how we learn to interact with other people is determined by the behavior patterns that are reinforced in the family.